Hello YouTube, welcome back to Essence Presents Production YouTube channel. My name is Liz. I am the owner of Essence Presents Production, which is my content marketing and media production company. We help wellness businesses, craft artisans, and creative solopreneurs streamline their content so that they can get back to doing what they love most. So today we are going to be talking about 5 easy to implement content strategies for small businesses that you can implement right now on social media or your short form content platform. So yes, you heard that correctly. I am giving you the strategies that I have used in 5 years of marketing to grow my clients' channels. I am somebody who tests content strategies a lot because I feel like at heart I am a strategist and I really love to get to the bottom of things, how they work, and what works best when implemented. So these are the top strategies that I've used for my clients, and they all have ranged from nonprofits to small business, wellness businesses, as well as bigger companies. And now when I say short form content, what exactly do I mean? I think most people, when they hear short form content, they think of Instagram, TikTok, X, and all of the short form platforms that we know of today that we run and we collaborate on social media with, we talk to our communities, and we build communities there. But this is also referring to a short form content strategy, not necessarily social media, that can be implemented even on Pinterest or search engines like YouTube. YouTube now has YouTube Shorts, so this could also be integrated into that as well. So I will be drawing out these strategies for you in this video so that you can understand from an organized point of view how all of these strategies can work best for you. So if you're ready to dive into the strategies that I've created, I have time-stamped all of the strategies below so that you can kind of skip over and skip to the ones that you think will work best for you. But in the meantime, I'm going to talk a little bit more about Essence Presents Production, what direction are we going with this YouTube channel, and what you can expect moving forward. As some of you may know, I have been taking kind of a step back from social media specifically and actually finding different ways that we as business owners and solopreneurs and people who have so many things on our plate, how we can actually show up for our community consistently but authentically. I think authenticity is really, really big these days. Obviously AI is amazing and AI could change so many things for us for the better. But when it comes down to it, I do believe, I solely believe, I don't think I'll ever not believe this, that people need people and humans connect to humans. The interactions are what make people feel connected to each other. And so I have been consistently, probably since I've started this YouTube channel, trying to find the best ways for us leaders who are really doing a lot in the back end, how we can actually just take social media somewhat off of our plate and streamline everything so that it is working for us, not against us, but in a way that is really speaking to the value that you offer. And this is why moving forward, I am going to be focusing heavily on how to streamline your content overall, long form and short form, to work for you in the sense of taking it off of your plate in a way that feels authentic, not poor quality at all, and just simply easier. I think that we all deserve just an easier way of dealing with technology, so I am trying to find the solutions that work best for business owners. Moving forward, you can expect a lot more on really streamlining social media out of your to-do list in a way and focusing more on the high quality content that is definitely going to serve your conversions, your retention, all of those things that we want to see in marketing. I am going to be heavily focused on kind of the bird's eye view, big value that most companies kind of miss the mark on in this fast-paced society. So if you have any ideas for what you want me to talk about or what you want to hear me speak about, so definitely leave a comment for what you would love to hear about when it comes to social media free content strategy or content strategy that helps you streamline social media 100%. So speaking of getting social media off your plate, I am now going to give you the 5 easy to implement content strategies for small businesses that is going to make social media as a whole a lot easier by just simplifying it in these ways. So number 1 is using your services as your content pillars. This goes for my service-based businesses, my product-based businesses as well. And as a little side note here, I am going to build out these strategies from easiest to hardest. So this is definitely probably the easiest content strategy that I will be discussing today. This strategy is the most, I guess, obvious way to build out a strategy for publishing content for your online community. This can be used for literally all business types, no matter if you provide more of a service for people than a physical, tangible product. All you need to do with this one is create your pillars based on every single offering or service or product that you have. Under these service offering pillars, you can create ideas related to each service under their respective pillar. For instance, say you are a jewelry company and you want to use this strategy. You offer necklaces, bracelets, and earrings. What I would suggest is to create these exact products to be your content pillars. Then begin writing down ideas for each. Maybe your necklaces pillar has a content idea like pairing necklaces with my favorite blouses to show how to style. Your bracelet content ideas follow something like best nail color and bracelet accents to again show your product within the desired lifestyle of your audience. All of these content ideas can also be related to your goals of how you want to serve. And building a content strategy around your products and offerings also allows you to gain feedback from your audience on what really resonates with them when it comes to the main thing you offer as a business. So what do I mean exactly by showing up in your goal with this strategy? So if you are just starting out, we'll use the jewelry example again. You're just starting out and you really have a vision for your jewelry business. You know exactly who you're serving, you know exactly the style of the person who's going to purchase these pieces, and you know exactly how to style it based on them, based on this persona. So essentially, for any product business using this strategy, you can really set things up to make it look exactly like who you are trying to serve, who you're trying to attract by using colors, styles, textures, accents, all within your content. And as I mentioned, the really good thing about this strategy is that it is directly related to what you do for business. So it's almost like no frills here. You are really just using these pillars based on what you do. And that's why I think it's perfect for product-based businesses, because it's kind of like, let's not complicate it. Let's just simply use your products as the pillars. But what's great is that you are going to receive direct feedback. I guess this could be seen as great and also somewhat vulnerable, that your customers, your audience, are going to be able to comment directly on the product, the subject matter of your content. So my second content strategy is to use your main content feed, your blogs, your videos, your workshops, your classes, as the foundation for your short form content pillars. So this strategy is perfect for my small businesses who are already building out long form value for their audience, or if this is a goal for you and your business. If you've been writing blogs for a while and you've been thinking about how the heck to even incorporate another platform to then create and expand your energy on, think again. This is the ultimate repurposed time saver strategy that I suggest for almost any business owner who is already providing value to their community in some capacity. There is no shame in repurposing your content, especially if it's valuable and you are able to talk through it in many different ways. What's even better is that if you are already providing this value and it happens to be something people are already paying you for, you have a win-win situation. You will now be able to take all of the hard work you've been offering to those who have proven to you that it is valuable. And then you can create a footnotes version of these workshops, classes, etc. that provide the intro version of value that your audience who pays for it is already getting. This is another phenomenal and low-hanging fruit way to promote these paid offerings. If people are gaining value from even the footnote tidbits you provide on social that are directly related to the content in your workshop, for example, your audience is going to be much more likely to make the purchase and gain the complete value. So this has a little bit of a bonus tip with it. So this is something that I have actually been implementing into my content strategy, but basically it's the idea that you can mix this strategy with another strategy because it is so low-hanging fruit. If you can utilize this strategy as like your foundation, right? So your blogs are created the same way. For instance, I'm creating this blog. I'm gonna take social snippets from this blog to put on social media and short form content platforms. But what you can also do is implement something a little bit more strategic rather than just taking little snippets from these things. And you can actually implement some of the things that I'm about to talk about. So the rest of the content strategies that I'm going to be speaking about today are social media specific, and they carry a theme of threes. A social media specific content strategy is simply based on, for instance, Instagram and the algorithm that Instagram has. The rule of threes is this: if you can make these content pillars work for you in a way that is categorized once more into 3 genres of content, this is where your strategy becomes super powerful. So when I was explaining in the last tip to use your long form content as the foundation, if you are able to edit this long form content into 3 genres, then you have a strategy that is really working for you in ways that most people won't even be able to see. But all I mean when I say social media specific strategies is that this is when you want to take social media seriously and you really have a goal with social media. So if you don't have a goal with social media, you might just want to stick to one of the previous strategies that I talked through, but having a specific social media strategy is really for those who have a goal for reach, who have a goal for followers, who have a goal for their community, and they really want to serve in a specific way to their online social media communities. So the first rule of threes that I have for you is educational, authoritative, and inspirational content pillars. So I've seen this for more people-centric solopreneurs who maybe help you through coaching, consulting, or basically anything where you are a part of the service. Educational and authoritative can sometimes be seen as the same, at least I did. So the difference is that educational content helps build awareness around the sole value you provide, while authoritative content helps to build the trust and reputability. This could be classified as connection building content as it helps your audience understand how and why you serve them. Inspirational content, of course, touches on the life improvement and the desired results. So I will use kind of an easy example to wrap your brain around this strategy. We will just consider me, as it's probably very easy for you to understand what I do and how I kind of organize my strategies. I have a blog that I write and I do a video of. And so if I want to categorize my long form content into these 3 genres, that's an example of combining 2 of these strategies, then I now have a social media strategy specifically that speaks on all levels of the customer's journey. Educational would be awareness, authoritative would be connection building, and conversion would be the result, the inspirational content. So an example of each would be kind of speaking about an evergreen topic for educational content. You want to reach as many people as possible with this strategy, so it's best to talk about things that are always going to be of interest when it comes to gaining value, gaining knowledge. when it comes to your specific business. Authoritative content really helps you build the trust and reputability. So this is all about speaking about your direct experience with a client. So it's very much relating to what you do. It's relating the value that you give and relating your services to the effect that it has on people. And it's basically proving a point to then trust you as an authority figure in your industry. And lastly, the inspirational content, I think, is probably the biggest one to consider, but it's probably one of the hardest to really speak about. So this is really getting at communicating what the service, the product, the offering offers to you as a life improvement. How is your life different now after using your product? This is also about showing that. So this can be somewhat difficult, especially if you're a beginner in your industry. It's not the easiest thing to show the life improvement unless you have a lot of years of experience. So a little bonus tip here is you can speak about yourself. If the only way that you can show that your service you're offering works has been on friends, family, or even yourself, speak about that experience. Testimonials are great with this. If your testimonials really speak to how somebody's business or life has changed due to your product, your service, this is exactly what inspirational content is all about. We are on to the fourth strategy. So this strategy, of course, is very, very similar to the previous, and it is the same thing when it comes to educational and inspirational definitions that I've explained. But entertaining can be replaced in the case that you are not geared exactly towards helping people, but maybe you have different goals for social media. Maybe you are a product-based business and you just want to showcase your product in a light that feels super aligned with your branding. Or you aren't necessarily trying to provide educational value, but the value is more along the lines of a desired outcome or a desired lifestyle. This is another strategy I would highly recommend for those who are not in the educative value niche. Another way that you could actually see an option for this strategy is by replacing educational with authoritative. So this strategy is one that you can really work around, but basically it's the idea that you are not only driving brand awareness, right? Your brand awareness could come from simply saying facts about what you do, which is educative. But if you wanted to replace educative with authoritative, then you are just building the connection and entertaining, which is somewhat still the same kind of value as educating and being authoritative. I think that this strategy is definitely best for, say, product businesses that don't really have that educative thing that they want to provide people value with. It's more about the aesthetics that is your value, or it's the lifestyle that is your value. It doesn't always have to be about giving people value through knowledge. Value can come through many, many forms, and for people who are in creative fields, this might be something that's way more accessible to you and just it makes more sense for what you do. I've seen really, really good entertaining content when it comes to, say, like powdered drink brands where they just make a lot of recipes and it's very aesthetically pleasing. That's definitely a really good example of entertaining content. Another form of entertaining content is painters who do kind of time-lapse painting reels where they show the whole process and then they give you the big wow at the end of the finished painting. A lot of people also use like audio trends and audio from social media as the basis of and the foundation of the content idea, and I would call that also entertaining kind of content. Okay, so we are on to the fifth content strategy, and I wanted to tell you, if you have made it this far in the video, I have a really, really high value bonus that you can wait for towards the end of the video. This content strategy is highly, highly valuable because I basically combine two of the strategies that I talk about today to give you this kind of superpower content strategy. So definitely stick till the end to see what that one is. Okay, so the 5th content strategy is 3 unique things that you are known for. So to give you an example of this, there was a time in the beginning of my social media journey where I based my content pillars around authentic content marketing, photography, videography, and the root of business, solarpreneurship. I know all of these seem kind of like they don't relate, but to me, it made sense at the time. I think it could be worth thinking through this type of content strategy, especially if you're satisfied with how your other content is performing in your business and you want to offer people something different on social media. This strategy is much more focused on your mission, your why, and could even parallel some of your personal interests. This is something I loved in the beginning because it helped me really define the deeper meaning behind my why by letting my community in on some of my real values and why they are reflected in my business offerings, even if it is in fact simply just one of your main values as a business. This strategy is great for connection building with the right audience. So say that you are really feeling good about your long form content. Maybe you are a yoga studio and you do a lot of workshops, you provide blogs on some topics that a lot of your community talks about. That's awesome. But say that you don't exactly know what you want to do on social media, but you know you want to be there. Consider looking at your mission statement and kind of revisiting some of the values that make up this mission statement. If you can put it into 3s, that's just an easy way, I guess, in my mind, and I think for a lot of people, it's an easy way to divide things into 3 pillars of content because it gives you kind of a well-rounded idea of what somebody provides, what they offer, and their style. So I guess a really good question to ask for this content strategy would be, if you could define your 3 values based on your mission statement, what would they be? For me, I made these content pillars because number 1, it reflected kind of the main offering that I was known for originally, which was photography and videography. But it also incorporated one of my mission statement values, which was authenticity. And I also really loved the idea of speaking to solarpreneurship and really speaking about the journey of solarpreneurship. So at the time, my goal was to just speak on these 3 topics. And I definitely believe that it was one of the catalysts for building the connection that I now have as my foundation for my business and my clients. Okay, so now for the bonus content strategy. This is number 6. This strategy is based on your 3 solution channels. So this is really speaking to the 3 main problems that you hold the solution for. Or if your solution is dependent on who you're serving, then those people and those solutions associated with those people are your channels for content. So this strategy, of course, is only really going to be highly beneficial for you if you have 3 main problems that you solve. But that isn't to say that you need these 3 problems or you need these 3 solutions. But having 3 to 4 offerings, solutions, and even channels for your solution, I believe, is one of the best ways to move the bottom line through your social media if this is one of your goals. An example of this could be you're a multifaceted yoga studio business that offers not only yoga classes but sound bath sessions, and you have an infrared sauna at your studio. The content strategy following your 3 solution channels would revolve around the exact offering solution that you offer. So yoga's solution would be implementing exercise, balance, and wellness in lifestyle. The sound bath sessions would be the solution for incorporating meditation for mental health and recalibrating your body for an optimized lifestyle. And lastly, the infrared sauna would provide the solution of the lifestyle benefits of what red light therapy provides, which is skin health, mental health, etc. If you could find a way to create free, downloadable, informative PDF checklists, guides, or resource lists around these solutions, and you create relevant social content that always gives a call to action to engage in your free resources, you now have a marketing funnel for social media that is built into your content strategy. The one tip I have with this is to make sure that the free resource you do provide your community are formatted and created to direct your customer to a logical next step that is more integrated into your business's paid offerings. This is an exact formula you can utilize to allow social media to actually move the needle on the bottom line of your business. So this last strategy is actually something that I am working on currently for my clients, and it has proven to be so beneficial. An additional tip here is to definitely just stay consistent. If that means that you have to implement some sort of automation tool to allow your content to kind of be streamlined off your plate, it publishes when it does, you maybe sit down for an hour, 2 hours a week to schedule content, then so be it. The key is that the more that you show up, especially if you're using these genres, you're really speaking to all aspects of what somebody needs and all stages that somebody needs in order to convert to your offering or service, then the best thing that you could do is just keep showing up consistently to build that trust even further so that they always see you and they always trust you when you show up in their feed. So I hope that this really helped you. I hope that the drawings actually really helped you as well. I know that it could be possibly a bit confusing. I know that I am definitely speaking a language here, so if you have any questions at all, definitely leave a comment. I invite you to check out one of my latest videos called Content Creation Burnout, 3 Ways to Avoid It Altogether. I think that this would be kind of a perfect pairing to watch with this so that no matter what strategy that you choose, you will be able to never burn out from the content that you create so that you can always be focused on what matters most, which is your business. I will link to that video in the end card here, and otherwise, I thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you in a couple of weeks.